Hey guys, so in this video it's me versus my AI brain, so it's basically battle of the brains. So as you know, I've been feeding my AI brain with all the information basically about me. It knows everything about my courses, all about my YouTube channel, all about all the marketplaces that I've been building. So in this video I'm basically going to be asking it 5 questions where I will answer myself first, and then afterwards we'll see the answer from my AI brain, and then we give it a score each time to see which one actually answers the best. So let's see who's the smarter today. Is it me or is it the machine? Let's do it. Awesome, so let's start with the first question. So let's pick this one. How many marketplaces have you built? So I built Nordic Mugs, which is a marketplace for buying and selling movement mugs in the Nordic region. They're actually pretty popular in the Nordic region. Then I've built a marketplace called My Spare Desk, which unfortunately failed. There was a marketplace for basically making your home into a co-working space. Then I built You're My Star, which is a marketplace for basically making but also buying and selling a star online, and you can also dedicate it to someone you like, care about. And back in the days I also built a marketplace called Ninja Boss, which was a marketplace for basically buying and selling host-read podcast ads. So I think those are the ones that I built recently, at least. Let's see what my AI brain says. Okay, so there's My Spare Desk, the one I talked about, so a marketplace for renting out spare desk. Nordic Mugs, there was the Movement Mug marketplace, Speedbuild marketplace. Speedbuild marketplace is actually not a marketplace, that's my boilerplate for making a marketplace fast. And Trulia, then there's Memory Match GPT, which is a new one that is basically a marketplace for finding a technical co-founder quickly. So yeah, it was pretty good. So I would actually say I win this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually give myself here 1. And Rasmus' AI brain still has 0, so I'm in the lead right now. Cool, so let's pick the next question. Let's go for this one. What tools do you recommend marketplace builders? So, of course, I would recommend the tools that I'm using myself. So that is Next.js on both the front end and the back end, MongoDB as a database, and then, of course, using Cursor for building fast, right? So you are AI building with Cursor, and I'm using Claude 4.0 at the moment. I think that's the best one at the moment, at least for coding. So those would probably be my tools. But then again, I would say, so if you are specialized in another tech stack, just stick to that tech stack, because then of course you know that best, and there's no point in then switching, because always think about the user, right? So is the user experience going to be different if you build in another tech stack? No, right? So if you are specialized in another tech stack, just stick with that and keep on building using that tech stack. If you are on a no-code platform, the problem with that is that you will at some point run into some customizable thing that you have to build, and that can be difficult on no-code platforms, at least in my experience. So that can be a problem, and also they can be quite expensive. Remember that marketplaces takes a lot of time to get going. You should expect at least 1 year before you really have some revenue coming in, I would say. So being on a no-code platform can lead to some problems in the medium and long term. So yeah, that would be my answer to this question. But let's see what my AI brain says. So it's saying for the MVP stage, it is recommending Next.js, MongoDB, Tailwind, of course, for CSS, Clerk for authentication. That is basically a part of the boilerplate. And of course, Stripe Connect for payments, right? So I always use Stripe Connect for payments. No code testing. Okay, here, so it is actually recommending Bubble, Software, Webflow if you are a no-coder. And then it's saying AI tools I'm experimenting with, Claude, Cursor, ChatGPT. Yes, I'm using all of them. And here's saying, here's the thing though, tools matter less than you think. In my spare desk project, I spent too much time perfecting the tech stack. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Quick tip, start with the minimum viable stack. Cool, yeah, that's pretty good. And then it's recommending a video actually here, cool, that I made. So then you can watch this YouTube video. So that's the one, how to build an online marketplace website. Okay, so actually maybe this was a better answer than the one I just gave myself, because I forgot Clerk, I forgot Stripe Connect. So of course you need to earn money on your marketplace, so you always need a payment provider, and Stripe Connect is pretty good. So I would say that that is probably 1 point for my AI brain. So the score right now, guys, is 1-1. Cool, guys, so let's go for the next question. And for the next question, I'm thinking about this one. So how do you grow a marketplace from 0 users? So that is an awesome question, right? So I would recommend reading the book from Andrew Shen called The Cold Start Problem. It is an awesome book on this specific topic, and he basically comes up with a framework that you can use for it, right? So, but it's all about solving the chicken and the egg problem in the beginning. So usually you focus on the hard side, and that is usually the supply side, right? So you first have to find these, what he calls power users, get them excited about what you're building, and then get them to list, and then afterwards you have to then find the other side to basically connect to the power users, right? So he's recommending building what he calls an atomic network. So basically an atomic network is a small network of users that are basically using your marketplace actively, right? So for My Spare Desk, it could be maybe both sides connecting, but only in one small city in Portugal or in Denmark or in Norway or somewhere, right? That is great, right? Because once you have an atomic network, then you can basically expand from there. So then you have one atomic network, then you build another atomic network, and then another after that. So you could go from city to city to city, small cities maybe to begin with, and then basically grow it that way, right? So that is how I would recommend you doing it. And by the way, I have a video on how to solve the chicken and the egg issue as well that you can check out. But let's see what my AI brain says. Okay, cool. So of course it is writing about the chicken and the egg problem, which is the exact thing we're talking about. Okay, so first of all, it's saying start super niche and focused. That is also what I was just saying before, right? So manually recruit the supply side first. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yep, that is right. So yeah, the thing is, right in the beginning, you might do things that are not scalable, but you just have to get it to work basically. So do non-scalable stuff basically. Use the Airbnb Craigslist hack. Okay, that's cool. Yep, and it's also recommending this video. That was the one I was also recommending myself on how to solve the chicken and the egg problem. Create artificial scarcity. That is also cruel. Yep, so I did limit the signups here to create some FOMO and do things that don't scale. Yep, cool. Quick tip, don't build all the features at once. Yes, that is why you should build an MVP in the beginning. So build an MVP quickly and then solve the chicken and the egg issue. So I would say that we both did pretty well actually in that answer, right? So let's say that we both get a point here. So the score now is 2-2. Great, and for question 4, let's pick this one. What's your biggest startup failure? Okay, so let me pick My Spare Desk, right? So My Spare Desk was a marketplace for basically turning your home into a co-working space. I thought it was a great idea. I still kind of think there's something there, but I didn't manage to basically solve the chicken and the egg issue, right? So I didn't manage to build this atomic network that I was just talking about just before, right? So I did launch it many places. I did my best to try and recruit power users. I also launched it on Reddit, on different forums. I got a lot of negative feedback. The thing is, most workers that work remotely, they are very reserved, introverts, so they don't want anyone coming to their homes during the day to work from their homes. So there were also some things there. So I got very honest and very harsh feedback from Reddit, for instance. I remember actually there's a video that you can watch on it. But yeah, I would say that's probably my biggest startup failure. So let's see what my AI brain is saying here. Okay, so as you can see here, it's also mentioning My Spare Desk, and it is saying something about a classic rookie error. Wow, okay, that's harsh. And yes, YouTube, there's a video about it. So again, we are pretty equal here, I would say. Yeah, so it's also Product Hunt it's mentioning. So yeah, again, I would say we both get a point there, right? So 3-3 is the score now. Cool, and for the last question, let's go for this one. How do you approach Stripe Connect onboarding. So I would say the best way to onboard users on your marketplace is to go for what is called a minimal onboarding to begin with, right? So there are a couple of things that you have to know about a seller before they can start using Stripe Connect. So you have to know their email, you have to know what country they're from, and I believe that is it actually. So check the video up here that I made on the subject where I'm basically going through the whole onboarding journey and how to do it the best way. So let's see what the AI brain says here. Okay, so cool. So it is saying here, keep it dead simple at first, start with express accounts, not standard custom, only ask for the absolute minimum required fields, add a clear progress indicator for sellers. Yeah, that's cool. Handle the quirks, different countries, yes. Build proper error handling, yes. Add clear instructions for common verification issues. Speedboat Marketplace, yeah. So in the Speedboat Marketplace boilerplate, all of this is already there. So if you buy that one basically, you will have everything there already. Cool. Add proper logging. Please make it as frictionless as possible while still being secure. Yep. So that is actually a great answer, and fuck, is that actually better than my answer? I think it is actually. So we are gonna go for 1 score here for Rasmus AI Brain, and that means that Rasmus AI Brain, so my AI Brain, actually won against me in this competition here. So wow, who would have thought so, right? Okay guys, so that was fun. So sometimes I nailed it and sometimes, let's just say, my AI Brain had the upper hand. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You're also very welcome to subscribe. Always just write me during the daytime if you have any questions, and if you want a quick answer from me, you can always just go to my AI Brain and ask it a question there while I am sleeping. So thank you so much guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you, bye bye, ciao.